Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 26 of the Hardly Millennial podcast, where we are young, dumb, and full of
opinions.
Opinions, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of opinions. As always, my name is Adam.
I'm Matthew Lynn.
And today we're actually going to humor you guys with doing exactly what we did yesterday. We
are so original, guys.
We're going to do hypotheticals again. We had a lot of fun doing them yesterday.
Dude, it was a blast.
And this site that I found them on, the reason why we did only 11 yesterday was because I thought there were only 11 on this article that I had up.
Right.
But really, there's like 84 of them.
Oh my God, we might not do that many. We might spare you guys all 84.
So we're just going to move on to the next ones. That's actually broken up as far as the kind of hypotheticals they are. So yesterday we just did hypothetical questions, and the next 11 is hypothetical conversation starters.
Oh, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Which I think most of them are questions still. So basically just a repeat of yesterday.
Well, if you guys are listening to all of these in a row, which you probably should be, this will be really easy to just get into.
Yeah.
You already heard an hour of it. Let's keep going, folks.
Let's do it. All right.
What's the next one, Adam?
So the next one, Matthew, is if you were a superhero, which of your friends would you pick as your sidekick, and what would your respective powers be?
I'm going to let you answer first, and you better not fuck up.
So I'd probably choose my friend Chris.
Okay, you fucked up. What the hell, Adam?
I'm sorry.
What the hell?
But him and I have literally had so many conversations if this were an actual thing.
We have had exactly 26 conversations, Adam.
Not about, but only one about superheroes, Matthew.
I can't believe you didn't pick me as your sidekick. Okay, anyway, you've already gone down the road. So tell me more about who, Kyle?
Chris,
tell me more.
So, as far as the powers we would have, I don't know what powers I would want, or what powers I would have him have. I really like, I'm assuming you can only choose one, right? This isn't like a...
Well, they are superpowers, so
True.
Yeah, let's just stick to one.
I think I would want the ability of super strength, and then my sidekick, super speed. I think that would be it.
Oh, you eat? Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, because I think I think you have to
each
choose
get
both.
one. You have to combine. Okay, super strength, super speed. Mm-hmm. Solid combination.
Yeah,
solid combination.
I think that's it. I think just that solid combination. I think you could do a lot with that. I think we'd be unstoppable.
So, who would I pick as my sidekick? Well, I would pick you.
Oh,
okay,
thank you.
Because we do things together.
We do things together. We do a lot of things together.
I'm so mad at you. I would pick Adam because I don't have any other friends. And let's see. So we each have to have a superpower for this one, right? Mm-hmm. Trey, easy. So I would want to be like the power of like libido. I would want to have like ultimate like charisma when it came to women. I would want to be able to just talk perfectly smoothly.
That would be your superpower?
That would be a superpower. Just make women fall in love with me. Just want to take me home.
So you're not really a superhero. You're just a gentleman with super abilities.
I don't think it ever said we had to be heroes. It just said we're super people.
This is superheroes.
Whatever.
If you were a superhero, which of your friends would you pick as your sidekick?
Well, we would save ladies from having to go home with idiots and losers.
I'm down
They
for
get
that.
to go home with me.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Beautiful.
And as for your superpower, you would just be the ultimate wingman.
Okay,
Clearly.
that makes sense.
Because first of all, you think, oh, that's so easy. Anyone can do that. Okay, you're hanging out with the wrong wingman, guys. Because a true wingman is an art. That is hard to do.
It is an art, and I've seen it go like, wow, I can't believe that worked, to like, what the fuck, you fucked up, man.
Yeah. You hold a lot of responsibility as the wingman. So yeah, that would be my superhero combination.
Okay.
Kapow! Yeah.
I feel like there's an anime where that exact like combination is already a thing. It's probably called like Libido and Wingman or some shit like
Libido
that.
and
Captain
Wingman.
Libido and
Captain,
Wingman.
I love it. I would be Captain L. That's great.
And his trusty sidekick Wingman.
You know, like Austin Powers. Remember Austin Powers? How he was like perfect, and no matter what he said, even though it was stupid, women just loved him.
Could always woo the women.
Yeah, like that would be me. I don't want to be that.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I'll take it. Number 13. What historic figure would make the worst ghost to be haunted by?
Oh shit! So they have to be dead.
I have an answer, but I want to know your answer first.
The worst one to be haunted by. Oh wow. There are some gnarly ones. Well, let's hear your answer. I need a minute to think.
Okay, so mine is Mozart.
Mozart?
Yeah.
Why?
So
why Mozart?
So you're right. It's Mozart. So a lot of cool things about that. But Mozart has also gone down in history as being this super eccentric guy, and he also it's recorded that he had the most annoying laugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like his laugh was just like outrageous. Have you ever seen the movie Amadeus at all?
Amadeus? No, I've heard the song.
So the movie's about Mozart, right? And even the actor who portrays him, like he plays off that laugh. He's always going like like shit like that. But it's like recorded that like Mozart had a well-known annoying laugh, and he was super eccentric. I just feel like he'd be super annoyed to be haunted
obnoxious to be haunted by.
Yeah.
So let's see if they have to be a historical figure. Because like the first person I would think of like my ex. Can you imagine if like your first ex haunted you forever? Like that would be terrible. But that person is still presumably alive. So I would say I'm having a hard time with this one, dude. I wouldn't want to be haunted by anyone.
Right.
That'd be terrible. But I guess the worst one would be like Genghis Khan. If there was just like constantly a fucking like a Mongol warrior that was just running amok in your house.
Imagine if you could always smell him.
Well, and then they lived on horses.
Right.
They ate on horse, slept on. So now your ghost is going to be on an entire fucking horse, trampling up and down your stairs. It's going to be too much.
I feel like Genghis Khan would be super loud too. It'd just be war cries all night. You just hear the galloping of horses.
Yeah, I think that would be horrible. Really obnoxious. I mean, who else? I'm trying to think because I'm French. Is there someone who really like dissed on the French hard in our lifetime?
My first thought, I feel like obviously goes to, I think a lot of people would have this thought would be like Hitler, right?
Well, yeah, I was thinking that too. But I mean, he's not that bad as like a human being to follow you around all day long.
I was going to say, as far as being like annoying, I feel like
he's the most annoying person.
I feel like he'd be more that ghost where you'd like walk into the living room and you'd have like an armchair in the corner of the room, and Hitler's just going to be sitting there staring at you as you walk by.
Or like, yelling. That's all he was either monotone or yelling.
That's true. He loved to yell.
Yeah.
So maybe he could be annoying if he was yelling all the time. In your ear.
Or maybe like a really pompous asshole, like
Andrew Warhol. I feel like he'd be annoying.
Yeah, right? Like Warhol was haunting you, or like, I don't know, Einstein, like someone who always was smarter than you all the time,
right?
And he'd be like, "No, Matthew, you're wrong. It's 2 + 2 can sometimes be 5 if you equate it by the square numeral of 7."
I feel like Edgar Allan Poe would be super annoying to be haunted by.
Just poetry all the time.
Well, he was also like, Edgar Allan Poe was also known for being like a gigantic narcissist. Like he would literally.
I might kind of love that actually.
So here's the funny story. So you could actually go online and like find these letters and read them, because he would have young and inspired writers like send them their own work. And Edgar Allan Poe would basically write them back this like giant critique about how much it sucked, about how you'll never be as good as me, stop trying. Like, just
He's like, I'm the king, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Edgar Allan Poe wasn't a very liked person when he was alive. It's not that he's dead. Everybody's like, oh, what a genius. And maybe he was, but he was a pompous narcissist.
Huh.
So you'd probably be pretty annoying too.
It might be a little too soon for this one, but we're young and dumb. It's just my opinion. I think that Robin Williams would probably be a handful.
You think so?
Not that he would be terrible to be haunted by or anything.
He'd just
And
always
he's
be
so
cracking
beloved.
jokes.
I mean, it would just never stop. It would be like Jim Carrey, but Jim Carrey's still alive. You know, he would just be over the top all the time, a different accent.
Right.
You'd just be like, okay, enough. I'm trying to sleep.
Another one I thought of that what might be really annoying was like Michael Jackson. I feel like Michael
I actually
Jackson.
thought of MJ, but then I reconsidered and decided that would be amazing if Michael Jackson haunted me.
Yeah, how so?
Dude, it's fucking Thriller every day, all day long. It'd be great.
Yeah?
I would want like younger Michael, not child Michael, but like
Right.
young adult Michael.
Okay.
Fuck
like
yeah.
80s Michael.
Oh, dude, that would be fantastic.
Oh man, I just think.
I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, though. I think
Well,
it's
that's
great.
true. Well, I'm not
So,
even.
I guess if you're not, then it wouldn't be awesome.
Well, I'm not even talking about the music. I'm just talking about like even if Michael, like one thing I always
Dude,
found.
Michael loved to have a good time.
Maybe he loved to have a good time. I just personally, every time the man like spoke, his speaking voice just annoys me. That
Just
high
that very
pitch.
like soft,
I
high
hate
pitch.
it. Even if he was a ghost and just having a regular conversation with me, he was like, "Hey Adam, how you doing? You go to school today? That's fun. I'll just be here."
See, I think I would be totally. I'd be like, "What's
Really?
up, Michael?" Yeah,
Oh,
I'd call him
gosh.
Michael or Missa Jackson.
Mr. Jackson.
Missa Jackson.
Friends would come over and be like, "Have you met
M-I-S-A.
Mr. Jackson?"
MISA.
I appreciate that. All right, well, so that's.
That was a tough one for me. That one was hard.
I'm glad we covered more bases though too.
I tried.
So let's see what number are we on. 14. If you could ask your future self from the year 2050 one question, what would it be?
2050. Okay, so we got to figure out how old are we going to be in 2050.
Well, you can do that math.
20, 30, 40, 50. So that's 31 years from now. 27, so I'll be like 37.
So I'll be 38.
38. All right. So what would I ask 40-year-old me?
Uh-huh.
What were the winning lottery numbers next week from today?
There you go.
I think that would be a fantastic thing to ask them, right?
I feel like you wouldn't even have to ask them. If you found yourself in a position where you're able to travel to the future, you're just like, all right, point me to the nearest computer. Let's look up these lotto numbers from the past 30
Right.
years.
But I guess if we had to be a little more philosophical than that.
Yeah.
All right, for the sake of the argument. I guess a good one would probably be like, what's your biggest regret?
Okay.
And then depending on what they said, if it happened after this year, then I could try to avoid doing that. Right?
Yeah, true. I think I would, like, regardless of, like, where I was career-wise or life-wise at the time of the age of 40, I think question would always be the same. No matter where I'm at, I just ask, was it worth it?
Does it matter? You're there either way.
Well, but maybe at one point I
What if
had
he's
to
like,
make
no?
a big,
What if he says, no, it wasn't worth it, dude?
well, and I guess I just carry that with me.
That sucks. That's
a-
horrible to
Well,
carry with you.
I'm assuming you have the chance to like change something or whatnot if we're able to ask for lotto numbers. So just like wherever he's at in life, because I'm assuming he made whatever choices to get him there, you know, and just like, okay, was it worth it? Yes, cool. If no, then I'll be like, all right. So when the time comes when I have to make the decision to go this way or this way, I'll know which way to choose.
You could just ask him, like, what kind of car do you drive? And then depending on that answer, you kind of know how well it went. Right?
Adam, it's 2050. Nobody drives anymore.
We'll be driving in 2050.
I think cars will be driving for us at that point.
I would hope so.
I
Put a lot
I
of
hope
money
so
into that.
too.
No, I mean, I don't know. First of all, I wouldn't want to meet myself from 30 years from now.
No, I probably wouldn't either if I had the choice.
I would be just terrified. Just if things are going to go wrong, let me find out as they go wrong. Don't let me know things are going to go wrong.
See-
and then put it on my shoulders to try to fix it.
See this. See, and the way that my head works is literally. It actually kind of goes back to one of the hypotheticals from yesterday about if you're reading the book of your life, do you continue reading it or not?
Yeah.
Remember, I said I would just go and read the last sentence and just be like, all right.
that's silly.
So it'd be the same thing with that. I just ask, was it worth it? Get a yes or no, and just roll with that without learning too much. Or, yeah. Yeah, that's what I would do. Just ask, was it worth it?
How many times have you been married? That'd be a good one.
Ooh. What if you walked in and saw your 40-year-old self and you just had like 10, like you walked into a house and you just had like 10 kids running around?
Oh my gosh.
And that's what like your future held for you. Would you at that point make the decision as Matthew now to never have children and make sure that never happens? Or would you just let things play out as they normally would?
No, I'd let things play out like they normally would.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having 10 kids.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, if I had 10 kids living in a cardboard box on the side of the street in Manhattan,
True.
then I'd probably make some different decisions.
True.
But if I lived in, like, a respectable, normal house with maybe an extension on it, because 10 is a lot. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay.
Let the good times roll, man.
Okay, fair enough, fair
I'm good
enough.
with that.
So what was the question that you would ask? For sure ask? So mine was, is it worth it? Was yours the regret?
I mean, either that or something that would immediately, did Harley Millennial work out?
Oh, there you go.
How did that go? Did that become a thing?
Well, you just know that when you arrive at the future, I mean, do you see blimps carrying our banners across? Because we'll just own the world at that point. So we'll go to 15
what's for
here. What's for dinner?
Just what's for dinner?
What's for dinner? He'd be like, I've been waiting 30 years
For someone to ask me what I was cooking for dinner.
and you came. 15. Would you accept a $30,000 a week job offer where you get paid to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 8 hours a day? Yes.
30,000 a week.
30,000 a week to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 8 hours a day.
Do I have to stay awake? Can I sleep?
Doesn't specify.
Well,
I'm going to say for the sake of argument, you have to stay awake.
You have to stay awake.
You have to stay awake.
I think that would fuck you up.
Probably. 30,000 a week though?
Yeah, I would do it.
I would too.
I would do it.
I feel like I would just get really good at like meditating. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm just going to spend this time learning how to meditate.
I'm trying to think of any reason why I would not do that.
I mean, I feel like the only people who would say no is somebody who's either A, afraid of the dark or like afraid to be by
I'm definitely
themselves.
not afraid of the dark.
I'm not either.
I'm not afraid to be by myself. No, yeah, you would just turn it into meditating for 8 hours a day, right?
Yeah, that's what I would
just what
think.
you would have to do.
Yeah.
Do I have some kind of task?
No.
Or just my job is
I
just
think
to exist for 8 hours?
You just have to sit in the middle of the room on the floor, 8 hours.
I feel like
pitch
there's
black.
people right now doing that today somewhere in the world for whatever reason, and they're not getting paid to do it. So who am I to say I wouldn't take 30 grand a week? Yeah, I guess I would.
Yeah.
I kind of have to.
I would too. I feel like that's good. I feel like it's kind of like some of these are dumb, honestly. Like,
Well,
there's
and the
been
thing
a
is,
few
guys,
that we've had.
we don't know what they're going to be until we read them.
Yeah.
We haven't pre-read these. We didn't do any preparation.
But there's been a couple of these now where we're just like, well, of course we'd fucking do this.
I mean, what if you were already a millionaire? What if you had $10 million in the bank? Would you still take that job for 30 grand a week?
Ooh. I think I would for a little bit.
Why?
I don't know. Why the fuck not? I don't know. I think
But
I
an
just would for a
arbitrary
little bit.
answer. I don't know. I don't think I would do that.
Oh,
If I
that's-
have $10 million in the bank, I'm only going to do things I want to do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, and file taxes. You have to do that.
Maybe it's just one of those things of, it's like, oh, what have you been doing? Well, for the past 6 months, I've been going to this job where I sit in a black room, pitch black room for 8 hours every day. What
I
about
would
you?
think you're a crazy person.
Well, that's cool. A good conversation starter, just like these hypotheticals.
Okay, next. That one was silly.
If you could only listen to one band for the rest of your life, what one would you pick?
Easy.
Easy. Mine's Linkin Park.
Mine's
hands down.
System of a Down, hands
Yeah.
down. I love that band.
Yeah.
I already pretty much only listen to them.
I could very easily listen to Linkin Park for the rest of my life.
I could listen to everything up and through Meteora.
Yeah.
But if you made me listen to the newer stuff, well, I call it newer.
Right.
I'm old. If you make me listen to stuff after Meteora, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm not doing it.
No, man. Me, older, newer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just
all
love
of
it, huh?
I do, man. I actually really appreciate how they've evolved through the years. I appreciate
you've
that
told me about
evolution.
it.
But yeah, no, but Linkin Park
I think
for
a lot of
sure.
people agree with you. I'm not one of those people.
I'm trying to think if there's any other band that I'd just be like okay with listening to, like forever, if it was the only one.
I could listen to Led Zeppelin for the rest of my life and nothing else.
Okay.
I'd be okay with that.
I think I'd be okay with Queen.
Cool. Oh, yeah. I could
listen,
totally
I could
do
listen
that.
to Queen and be fine. Or even like Ellen John.
What's a new age artist?
Ooh, okay.
2000 plus.
2000 plus. Well, I could say Linkin Park, but
Okay. Well, they have to be like, they could be famous before that. They have to be
Right.
big 2000 plus.
Okay.
I think I could probably rock Taylor Swift. And nothing
Yeah?
but Taylor Swift. Yeah, yeah. And now that's on the internet for everyone to know forever.
I probably he's not really 2000 plus. I was gonna say Eminem, but he's more.
Oh, he
90s.
counts. No, he
Does
counts.
he count?
Yeah.
Was he more 90s first?
No, he counts.
But as far as now, I'm trying to think of new age as far as the last 10 years. So 2009 plus. Yeah, there's
Does
there's a
Skillet count?
tough one.
Skillet's kind of old, huh?
I think Skillet
Skillet's
was
kinda
more like
old.
mid 2000s.
I could listen to them. Something like new.
2009 plus. I'm trying to think of anybody who even came out 2009 plus.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I could listen to nothing but Lady Gaga for the rest of my life. I don't think I could do that.
Oh man.
I think I would probably go absolutely insane.
I can't. Why am I having such a hard time of thinking? I guess
Because we don't listen to that music, Adam. That's why you're having a hard time.
Well, I think more so the problem is any of the like new artists, like new popular artists, are really like just coming up within the last 4 or 5 years. You know, the Post Malones, the Ariana Grandes.
I don't like any of them.
Whereas, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like everybody from 2009 plus really came from the mid 2000s and just
Well, let me
grew
rephrase.
from there.
I like all of them. I enjoy all of them.
Right.
I would never listen to any of them for the rest of my life.
Yeah. No, I think
none of them are worthy of that.
I think mine just comes down to Linkin Park or Queen. I could do one of those two.
Linkin Park or Queen. I'm gonna say System of a Down or Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
I could do either of those for the rest of my life.
Okay.
It'd be fine.
I feel like I could
Oh,
probably.
I'm sorry. I mispronounced the second name. It's pronounced the Almighty Led Zeppelin. I'm sorry.
Thank you for that correction, Matthew.
I do it all the time.
So I could probably do System of a Down too. I think I could do
Yeah,
System
they
of
fucking
a
rocked it.
Down.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite band ever.
All right, so that was, let's see, 17. Would you rather travel for the rest of your life, only staying in one place for like 3 months, or never leave your home state again? Well, I'm gonna say the first one. I'd rather like travel the rest of my life, not staying any place longer than 3 months. Probably be more exciting for me. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. If somebody presented that option for me and I could like make it work,
Like finances aren't a problem.
Yeah.
None of that matters.
Yeah.
You could it's a magical world where you can just make it happen.
yeah, I'd probably do
You'd
that.
want to travel?
Yeah, I think so.
I truly, honestly, would not.
I know. I knew your answer the second I read it.
I'm just not into that kind of stuff, man.
I know.
I don't like to go places and learn new things and see cultures. And I mean, it's beautiful, it's great, I love you, but I'm
feel
good.
ya.
I'm just comfortable. I'm a creature of comfort.
I feel ya. I actually know a lot of people who are like that. A lot of people I grew up with who were born here, and still live here. And their answers are always the same. It's like I like it here. It's familiar. I'm comfortable.
Comfortable, man.
Yeah.
Comfort is more important to me. I'd rather have a staycation where my
Yeah.
house is really fucking awesome and I could just enjoy my house.
Right.
That'd be great.
I feel ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely somebody who I'd like to. I think I'd like to go out there and just experience. I don't think I'd want to do it forever. Right. But,
The most adventurous I would get is I would go check out like the 50 states. Like maybe when I'm
Yeah.
older, like retired older,
go to all the little landmarks.
take like a year or maybe 2 years and just get like an RV or something and do like the 50 state thing.
Right.
That would kind of be cool. I would be into that.
Okay, that's fair.
But I mean, it's pretty familiar from state to state. It's not
Oh, yeah.
drastically like a different country.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no. I get to do that in May, coming soon, guys.
Yeah,
But-
perfect example.
Yeah.
I will not be going to Thailand.
Yes.
Not because I can't, but simply because I don't want to.
Yeah, guys.
It's just not my cup of tea.
For the first time in my life, I'm traveling outside of the country in May. I'm going to Thailand with Justin and his boyfriend. And so, yeah, we're going to go have an adventure in the jungle, literally.
I hope they come back, guys.
I'm actually pretty excited for that, for not just the fact of going to Thailand, but I feel when most people first venture out of the United States, they go to like Mexico, or they'll go to the UK or some European country. So
I would go to those places.
yeah, so it's kind of cool to be like, yeah, I went to Thailand. That was my first country.
I go big or go home, right?
Yeah,
Just
go big or go
shoot
home.
for it.
That'll be a fun trip.
I've seen pictures. It looks very beautiful. I'm sure you're gonna have a great time.
Oh yeah,
It's just I'm a scaredy cat.
I'm sure it'll be fun. It's one of those things like I really want to go, but I definitely understand why somebody wouldn't really want to go.
I'm just scared.
You know,
I'm comfortable with myself enough to admit that I'm terrified.
that's right. We'll go to Japan one day, Matthew.
Oh, that I'll fucking do. That would be great. Okay, we're digressing quickly. Anyway.
So 17. Would you? That was 17. 18. If you could breed a hybrid animal of any two species,
Oh my gosh.
what two would you choose?
Oh god. Well, okay, this is weird, actually. So this is not my choice, but this is so obscure that I have to tell you. The first thing that popped into my head, the first two animals, and again, this is not my choice, not my answer,
Okay.
was a snake.
Okay.
Ready for this? And a monkey.
Okay. So are we
Okay.
talking about like a monkey with like a snake as a tail, or?
Okay, and again, I don't really know how to answer this. I can only explain to you the picture I'm seeing in my head.
Okay.
Okay, and I can't justify why I'm seeing this picture, but it is. So I'm seeing a snake, like fully, just a regular snake,
Okay.
but I'm seeing it lunging out with his mouth open, and there's a fucking monkey head inside the mouth. Like a monkey inside the snake. If you guys could see Adam's expression right now, it's literally priceless. And I told you it was going to be hard to hear, and I don't know how to explain it, but that's just what I'm getting in my head.
That's the first thing that popped
That
in your
is
head.
the immediate, as you're saying the words, that's the mental image I created.
Okay, so what's your answer? Now that we've gotten that disturbing image out of the way.
That's just, I don't know. So my actual answer, does it have to be real?
No.
Well, I want to make a dragon, if it's possible. So a lizard and a bird,
That falls within the rules.
right?
Yeah.
But I want it to spit fire too. I want the whole thing. How do we get that to
pushing
happen?
it.
I know that's hard.
Let's see. Is there any animal?
Can it just
that's-
roar?
It can roar, sure. We'll let it roar. So are we talking about like a Komodo dragon with like a fucking crane, fucking eagle? Like what's going on? What kind of bird? What kind of species of lizard and bird are we talking here, Matthew?
Okay, so again, the first bird that popped into my head was a pelican.
Okay.
But that is not the bird I want to choose, okay?
What is going on there
I don't
today,
know.
Matthew?
I feel obliged to tell you the first thing that pops in there.
Okay, fair.
So the bird would have to be clearly. What do phoenixes come from?
Phoenixes? The phoenixes are birds.
Yeah, but don't they come from something?
I don't think so.
No, just
No.
when they die, they get lit on fire or whatever. Okay, well, forget that then.
Oh, you mean like
Scratch
born from the ashes? That
Yeah.
whole thing? Yeah.
it. But phoenixes aren't real, right?
Yeah, phoenixes are mythological.
Those are mythological creatures. Of course, I knew that.
That is the mixture between bird and fire.
I wasn't really asking, of course.
Of course not.
Bald eagle. So it's a bald eagle,
Okay.
and the lizard would be. What was Tina?
Tina was a bearded dragon.
That.
Okay.
Bald eagle, bearded dragon.
So we're just talking bearded dragon with wings, right? Essentially, that's what it looks
Big.
like.
Big.
Though. Okay.
Big. Like whatever you're thinking, bigger.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I want to make because I think dragons are the most badass fucking thing, really ever. I don't think anyone's thought of something more badass than the concept of a dragon.
I do love dragons. I think
So-
I can't remember if we discussed this on the podcast or not. Remember the book
I've probably talked about dragons before.
Well, I'm talking about the book the book I told you about when I was younger, that you opened it and it was just about different types of dragons and the different species.
You know what's funny is I think that might have been on a practice podcast.
But not a real
before we
podcast, right?
Yeah, we had about 2 solid weeks where we practiced podcast every day, guys.
Yeah.
Like full hour-long episode podcast. They're still kind of in the crypt.
Yeah,
you know?
this is
You'll never hear them.
This is episode, 26 for you guys, but it's episode like 58 for Matthew and I.
Yes. So I think that conversation was on one of those.
Yeah, but anyways, I used to be really into dragons, had this book that had all these cool like dragons and shit in there.
I would want to make one, dude. I want to make a dragon.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
What about you?
You know what? I don't know. As you were like telling all of your thoughts and things.
The monkey snake?
Yeah, the monkey snake. I was trying to think
It'd be
of
fucking
one.
terrifying.
It'd be super
Imagine
fucking
a snake
terrifying.
that can climb trees.
Ugh, no thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, because like, I don't know what two animals.
snakes can already climb trees. I can already see the fucking comments. I know some snakes can climb trees. All right? Just save your typing.
So two animals that I would combine together to create one.
Sorry.
Damn, I don't know. The first animal that comes to my mind is a cat. Mixing a cat with fucking something.
Okay.
Maybe-
I'm not sure I love it.
Let's see. Ooh, no, a lion. Let's upgrade that cat to a lion.
Okay, I'm more with you now.
Okay.
I'm more with you.
So a lion mixed. It's funny enough, the first thing that comes to my mind is a bird. It's like I just want a lion that can fly.
That sounds horrible,
ride on-
Adam.
Why does that sound horrible?
Because it's already the king of the jungle. You can't give it more powers.
I would definitely give him more powers.
That's terrifying.
King of the skies.
That's terrifying.
I'd fucking ride him all the time.
Isn't that
I'd have like a
thing?
sword or some shit.
Isn't that already a mythical creature?
Is it a lion? A lion with wings?
Isn't that a griffin?
No, kind of, sort of. A griffin is like, but I think a griffin is like more bird than lion. Because a griffin, it's like the first
and yours
half-
would be more lion than bird.
It'd basically
It'd be like a penguin. It has wings, but it can't fly.
No, it'd basically just be a lion with wings. So it'd look like a lion, just had fucking wings and could fly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a griffin, bro.
No, a griffin has the head of like the first half of its
Oh,
body's an
wrong creature
eagle.
then. I'm getting a very distinct image of a lion with a long tail and wings that is like a mythical creature already.
Well, if it's a mythical creature already, I just want whatever combination I can get to get that. So really, we just want a dragon and this fucking lion bird.
I mean, yeah, I'm sitting
Mythological
here ragging
creature.
on you, and mine was totally mythological. So,
So really, we
Alright,
just want mythological
fine.
creatures.
fine.
Because nobody wants the monkey snake.
The monkey snake? That's terrifying. I'm gonna dream about that tonight.
Oh gosh. Well, if you dream
horrible.
about it, let us know about it tomorrow on the podcast.
Okay.
All right. So we both a dragon and a lion bird. Good answers, guys.
Dragon. I just wanted to breathe fire. There's no way.
You can just like find
Firefly?
a scientist to make it a firefly.
Firefly?
Firefly can't breathe fire.
But it's the closest thing. It's got it in the name.
I feel like there has to be some creature out there that does something similar to a fire breathing.
I don't think there's
ability.
anything.
You know, we're gonna look it up and we'll let you guys know tomorrow. So number 19, what amount of money?
What amount of money?
What
so
am-
it's gonna be something horrible and degrading.
What amount of money per month would it take for you to give up your mobile phone forever?
Oh.
And I can just choose any amount. I mean, really, would it take a lot, honestly?
Well, let's
If
be
it's-
honest.
if I
What's the
can live-
lowest amount that it would take? I don't think this is really saying what's the highest. I think the point of this is what's the least you would give it up for.
I think it would have to be like $1,000 more than what I'm currently making.
$1,000 a month to give up your phone?
More than what I'm making now, or so like what I'm
You
making
still have
now.
to go to work. No, you still got to go to work. This is just an extra paycheck you get for giving up your phone.
Okay, then lowest amount would probably be I'll say $2,000.
A month?
Yeah, I'll give it up $2,000.
Solid.
If I'm getting an extra $2,000 a month, that's the lowest
Solid.
I would do.
Ironically, my phone does not work right now. So
Somebody paying you, Matthew?
no, I'm already doing this hypothetical for free, which is funny. So really, my answer should be just anything more than 0. But assuming I had a phone that actually worked, I would say the least amount of money that I would take is much less than $2,000 because I don't really care about my phone.
Okay.
I'd say probably like $300,
300?
$400 just to make it an even 100 a week. Yeah, it's worth the inconvenience to not have my phone if it was $100 a week.
Okay.
Do I still get
interesting.
iPads and shit? It's just my cell phone, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's just the cell phone. Yeah.
Okay. How much would it take for you to give up all electronics?
Ooh, well, electronics is a big part of my job right now. To give up all of my electronics, steady paycheck every month.
Let's make it a little bit easier.
Okay,
Let's just say,
yeah.
how about to give up all entertainment electronics? So TV, computer for entertainment, not for this would be considered work. Okay, so, but all entertainment, you'd have to give it up.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think I would take any deal to give up my electronics.
That's
yeah.
an addict.
Yeah, I don't think I
Wow.
would. I rely on it so much.
You can still go
I
out,
think...
bro. You can still like have fun the good old fashioned
Oh,
way.
absolutely.
You know, most people who have ever lived entire lives without electronics, right?
Oh, yes.
And they were very happy.
It was the generation before us. And partly our generation.
98% of humanity did not have iPads.
But with the amount, but the thing is, I just love technology though. And with what's happening to technology these days with virtual reality and augmented reality and how fast technology is moving, I would hate to miss out on any of that. You know, because at some point, it's going to be, let's go out and do something that has to do with that. You can't go see movies with friends now. You can't see, because I'm assuming you're just giving up entertainment completely, right? With your electronics. So you can't partake in any of those.
That wasn't my original intention, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no, I wouldn't take any deal.
Mine
I'd
would
rather-
be 10,000.
10,000?
10,000.
Give it all up?
Honestly, I would negotiate down to 8.
Yeah.
8,000 is the least amount I would possibly
So
take
just
per month.
no more entertainment from technology for the rest of it. So that means
Yeah,
no
good.
more watching your Let's Plays.
Yeah.
That means you can't watch TV anymore. So, what would you do with your time?
Go outside.
Yeah?
Do shit outside.
Okay.
Build something. Learn. I'd plant. I love to plant.
Yeah.
I plant a lot. I wouldn't work. Fuck that.
Well, of course not.
Yeah, I would go places. I would go to like, you know how people say I'm going to the bar?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't go to the bar to like
Right.
drink, but I would go there to like sit and watch like the
Hang
game, and you get to know the waitress and say what's up, and you come like a regular. And I'd be a retired guy. I would just live like an old retired guy. What does our dad do all day long? That's what I would do.
All right. Fair enough. You would take the money? I mean, I guess most people would probably say yes, they'd take money. I'm just like,
yeah.
no.
Anything to get me out of having to work for the rest of
Yeah,
my life.
I could feel
if I don't
that.
have to go and like clock in to a business and work for someone else, I would pretty much do quite a bit to not have to do
Oh,
that.
I found myself in a position for a few years where I had a job where I was working from home, but I did very little for that. It didn't take me a lot of time to do the work I needed for that job, right?
Right.
But they paid me enough to not need another job.
Oh, nice.
So I know what it's like to just have nothing that you like have to do for like 6.5 days a week, and I fucking hated it.
Well,
so
the
I
last
would
time-
like to keep working.
The last time I didn't have to work, I took a year off. I made some good investments, and I was able to take a year off of not having to work. And I dedicated the whole year. I learned how to trade currency.
That's
I
right.
just taught myself that, and it was really fun.
See, I thought I would find something to focus on also, but nope. I just like to be lazy. But that's okay. Those times are done now.
Those times are done.
All right. So I wouldn't give up the electronics, and Matthew would.
Oh yeah, bye.
Still learning things.
You wouldn't even have to make me a millionaire.
So number 20, Would you rather be a deep sea diver or an astronaut?
Oh, God, those are my two most hated things in the world.
Oh, so this is interesting then.
I hate both of those things.
You have to choose one, Matthew.
Oh, no.
You have to choose
Adam.
one.
I don't know if I can.
You got this. I believe in you.
Oh, God, I'm
Let's hear
having
the thought
anxiety
process.
just
Let's
thinking
hear it.
about it. I hate heights. I'm terrified of outer space. But I'm also terrified of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like anything that's not solid ground. Oh, God. The ocean is so fucking dangerous. I feel like it might be safer to go to space than the ocean, dude. God, this is so difficult. I don't see myself being able to survive the trip into space. I think I would just die. I would just explode.
You just have a panic
I
attack
would just
and that'd be it?
panic to death, honestly. I could see myself possibly getting into a submarine and going into the ocean and not full out panicking.
Uh-huh. So you'd be a
I would take
diver?
the deep sea diver. Yeah.
Okay.
I hate them both, though. Really hate them both.
Well, you know which one I choose.
I know you're going to space.
I'm going to
in
fucking
a second.
space.
You don't even have to ask twice.
And anybody who's been fucking listening to this podcast knows I'd
Adam
go to
loves
fucking
space. It's just so terrifying, dude.
See,
It's just I don't even think that I could begin to comprehend what was going on around me.
Are you
If I
talking
was in
about
space.
space?
Yeah,
Oh,
if I was
yeah,
in
space.
space. Like, at least in the ocean, I understand I can't survive down there,
Uh-huh.
but something exists down there.
Right.
And finds ways to survive.
Right.
Like, there is life there.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't shit in space, bro.
Yeah.
It's just cold, and it's a fucking vacuum. It's just sucking all the time.
Yeah.
It literally sucks. I have to at least be able to fathom what's going on around me. And there's just no words for anything in space.
See, it's that exact reason, which is why I love space. It goes back to that morbid curiosity, because it does terrify me also. Every time I find myself thinking about what's in space or how big things are in space, it terrifies the fuck out of me. But that's why I love it.
I think the only way to cope would be I would have to tell myself, this is the rest of my very short existence, is going to be this space thing. I would have to completely let loose and just disassociate myself from any kind of reality.
Okay.
And just pretend that I was like in a dream or on an acid trip or something. And just say, I'm just going to experience every moment for what the moment is. And it could be over at any second. And just totally like dispense yourself from any kind of responsibility. You know what I mean? Just take it for the second as it comes.
I feel like you would be a person where if you found yourself going to space, as you were just saying, I think that's how you would be at first, and then I think once you were adjusted a little bit to your surroundings and what
Like once
what
I
you were
didn't die,
seeing.
once I got there, and I was still
once
okay.
you were still okay. I think you would actually find yourself very much at peace.
No,
you don't think so?
No, I don't think so at all. Because I'm literally picturing it right now. I'm picturing like walking down the space hallway, of the space station, and it's all white and there's windows everywhere, right? Because you want to have windows to look out.
Right.
And I'm imagining me looking and just crumpling to the floor in just absolute terror and just not being able to move.
Just this floating fetal position.
Absolute horrible shock and terror at all times is what I would be.
Oh man, well,
I'd have to be in a room that's totally closed off with no windows, so I couldn't see anything going on.
Right.
And then I could probably relax after a while and be at terms with the room that I'm in.
Interesting.
As soon as I saw it, though, dude, I would crumple. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Wow.
It's weird.
I don't think it's as weird as you think. I think there's a lot of
Let me know, guys. Is there anyone else out there who's just totally terrified of outer space?
Oh, I know because you're not the only person I know who's terrified of space.
Oh, dude, it scares the crap out of me.
Interesting. Yeah, well, two different kinds of people.
Yeah. I'm very much not a risk taker.
That's actually I feel like that's a good question to ask somebody where you're trying to figure out well, which one are you? Are you the deep sea diver or are you the fucking astronaut?
Oh, that was so hard for me to answer.
When we get employees, that'll be one of the questions we ask during our interviews.
Okay.
I need you to answer these 84 questions, please. 21. Would you prefer to live in the Sahara or in Antarctica?
Don't we already live in the Sahara? No.
No, we live
No.
in...
Sorry. So that's the one in North Africa.
Yeah.
That's the one that's just dunes.
The dunes, yeah.
Or Antarctica?
Or Antarctica. 2 options.
Well, why don't you answer this one first?
So
I'm curious to see what you pick.
this actually, funny enough, goes kind of back to our conversation
Yeah.
about survival, right?
I was going to say, yeah.
Because I would much rather be stranded in like an icy place than I would be just dry, because at least I know that I have the one mineral I need to stay alive, which is water.
I don't know that water's a mineral, but I completely understand
you
what
know
you're
what I mean,
saying.
yeah.
I got you. Well, I mean, in all reality, human beings do live in both, right? So it's possible. There is a way to live in both of those places.
Yes.
I fucking hate being cold.
So you'd be in
But
the
man,
desert.
I hate being hot even worse. I'd pick the Antarctica.
See, I would too.
I'd pick Antarctica because I feel like there's just a little better chance to survive.
Yeah, well, and the thing with the Antarctica also is I've seen just through my years of living, I've just seen multiple videos over the years of people who like build igloos and stuff like that. Some who do it in the, way up north, and some who do it in their backyard, right?
Yeah.
And like, there's ways to fucking do it. It actually does keep you warm. They always say it's like usually like 10 degrees, hotter in the igloo, which in Antarctica is not gonna be crazy, but
It's negative 39 instead of negative 49.
yeah, exactly. but like you could start a fire. I just think you better.
It's easier to get warm than it is to cool off.
Yeah.
Naturally, I think.
Yeah. Well, and then what are you gonna do in the Sahara Desert? Like, it's dunes, right? So it's not like you can dig yourself shelter or shade or anything like that. Your best bet would be to find a fucking oasis.
Well, if I could live in an oasis in the Sahara Desert, I'd probably do that instead of Antarctica.
But I'm sure this is just referring to the dunes.
Just the dunes?
But like, if you lived in the dunes,
Good luck.
that'd be the only way for you to survive. It's like, okay, well, you better start walking and looking for something that's not sand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, same deal in Antarctica. Good luck finding something that's not snow.
That's true. You're right.
It's not like there's log cabins everywhere. This is Antarctica.
But I feel like you still have the chance, though, with Antarctica to, at least go up to the ocean and at least try to fish or
Also, I
find
think
penguins.
I think me and you, when we're thinking Antarctica, I could be wrong speaking for you here, but I think we're picturing like northern Canada, like foresty.
Oh,
Is
no,
that what you're picturing?
No, I was
You're
thinking,
literally
I was
picturing
thinking
just
Antarctica.
white sheets of snow as
Yes.
far as the eye can see. No
Yes.
trees, just white
Yeah.
sheets of snow.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Antarctica.
Yeah, I would take that over the Sahara.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
100%.
I would.
I just think your chances are better, honestly.
I
mean, I think even in a logical conversation, your chances are better to survive in Antarctica, right? I'm assuming you have both like the necessary clothing for either.
if we're
right?
going to logically talk about me or you right now, so we're dead in both situations.
Well, yeah, of course.
So there's nothing logical about it.
But even you and I still feel like, yeah, we'd probably die a lot sooner than like some other people, but like we would still survive longer, I feel, in Antarctica. We would make more like effort to be warmer in Antarctica and probably succeed to an extent, just an extent to push your lifeline a tiny bit longer. The Sahara, you're just fucking screwed. There's no shade. You got sandstorms. Like, you're just fucking screwed.
It blows.
No water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible. All right, that's unanimous then. We would go to Antarctica.
That's the one. All right, so that was 21. So 22. If you were to lose all 5 of your senses, how would you know if you were truly alive?
That's not a what if.
You're right, it's not.
That's just a question. That's just a philosophical question.
Well, to be honest, they didn't say these are what ifs. They just said they're hypotheticals.
If you had no senses, so you can't see.
Yeah, if you were to lose all 5 of your senses, how would you know if you were truly alive? So you can't see, you can't hear, you can't smell, you can't touch, taste, and you can't touch.
So your head's cut off and you can't feel anything, how would you know if you're alive?
I feel like you would just know. You're still getting brain activity even if you don't have the five senses. You would have to be self-aware to some extent, right?
I don't know.
I feel like being alive and having your brain like giving
You would just
any
be a
off.
voice in darkness.
I feel like you'd be. Oh, you can't feel.
You can't feel.
Can't feel.
Can you feel hunger and thirst?
You'd have to. Yeah, I would say yes. You can feel those things. So that's how you would know if you're alive. That's the brain activity. You'd feel hunger.
You would die because there's no way to. How would you communicate that you're hungry?
Well, you couldn't. You just have to assume that somebody understands you are a human and has to fucking eat now and then.
But you can't feel it. So sometimes
Somebody
all of
would
a
have.
sudden, you can't feel it and you can't taste it. So all of a sudden, sometimes you're just hungry and then sometimes you're just full.
Ooh, because you wouldn't be able to feel anything go down your throat, right?
No, you wouldn't feel it. You have no sensation. So you would just know I'm hungry, and then you would know all of a sudden I'm full.
I still feel though, despite all of that, you would still know you were alive. I think you just would naturally. It'd be a horrible fucking existence.
Would it? Would you know any different?
Well, I guess you wouldn't know any different, but I
Yeah.
mean,
It'd just be your existence.
I guess that's true. But I mean, I feel like you would know you exist though.
But you can't interact with anything.
No, well,
There's literally zero sensation about anything. You're just a voice in your head in darkness.
yeah,
There's nothing else.
that's exactly.
Your senses are what connect you to reality. Without your senses, you have no connection to anything.
Yeah,
Right?
it'd be one hell of an existence, but one you're aware of, I believe. So you don't think you'd be aware of it at all? You don't think you'd be aware of your own existence?
No taste. I'm closing my eyes and trying to like take senses away and see how close I can get here.
Not going to help while you're playing with that putty, sir.
Shit. No, I think you're right. I think you would still know you're alive.
You would still know.
I think you would still know you're alive.
What an interesting thing to think about, though.
Yeah, what kind of twisted motherfucker thought of that?
You can't fucking even fathom what any of that would be like. I can't even fathom what it's like not having one of my fucking senses. I can't imagine what it's like to just not smell
Well, close your
something.
eyes.
Oh, well, okay. Okay. Touche. Fucking shay. Well, but okay. Well, hold on. My argument for that is even when you close your eyes, you can still tell light differences. The outside world can still interact with you, and it's really hard to 100% cover your ears.
Dude, it starts to become pretty empty pretty quick. If you close your eyes and you plug your ears, I just did it, and then you try to plug your nose at the same time, you can do that, and that cuts off 3 of your senses, and you start to feel very alone all of a sudden.
This is a little off topic, but would you ever try those deprivation tanks? They're like these like egg pods that have like water saturated with a lot of salt, so you just float in there. And the whole thing is it's supposed to be pitch black in there. You're floating in the water, so it's supposed to give the feeling of weightlessness. You can't see. You can't. It's soundproof, so all you can hear is just you in the water. And it's and it's this.
I mean, it's
flow deprivation tank, something like that. But
it sounds soothing at first thought.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Is it meant to? Does it hurt? Is it meant to just be comforting?
It's meant to basically like aid in meditation. I'm just curious if that's something that you would partake in, given your thoughts about space and us not being able to fathom what it's like without some of the senses. Would you do something like that?
If I knew that I could make it stop at any second, if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could get out at any time.
Then yeah, I would try it because there's also something soothing about being cut. Like I'm not claustrophobic, believe it or not. I actually find a weird kind of comfort in like tight, confined places.
Somebody who's afraid of space, I believe that.
Oh, I guess that's true. Huh? Yeah, if anything, the big open concept of an area freaks me out more.
That makes sense.
Central Park freaks me out a lot more than a 1-bedroom apartment. I'd rather be stuck in a 1-bedroom apartment.
That makes sense for you. Yeah, 100%. Somebody who's afraid of space and the ocean, like those are both two very open things.
I'm not a free bird who needs space to fly. No, I like to have
Just your little
Security.
home.
I like to have a shell around me. Yes.
I'm like that a lot of the ways too. I'm especially like that with like long drives. So like when I lived in Los Angeles and made a lot of drives from Arizona to Los Angeles and back and forth, I actually really enjoyed the drive because I enjoyed being in like my own little space for like a long amount of time with just my own music and my own thoughts.
Yeah, but one could also say that you were on an open road with nothing but space and open around you.
True.
So you feel very free, like a bird flying when you're doing that.
You're right.
Because
true.
at first thought, when you're saying like cruising down the freeway,
Right.
cruising down the street and you're 6'4", no, that's not. I'm not into that.
Okay.
Not fun for me.
Interesting. So long drives by yourself, the open road, do not sound soothing to you at all.
Not particularly soothing. I do like to listen to music, so I do like the music part of driving. And like rocking out. I don't have any problem with driving. I'm not afraid of driving or anything.
Right.
Driving's totally okay with me, but just not a soothing thing.
I feel ya.
Yeah. I'm weird though, man. I'm sure most people, honestly, probably agree with you on a lot of these. Most people probably go to space and would do the crazy shit.
Well, I was just going to say
I'm weird.
I was just going to say for the people listening out there, leave a comment wherever it is you're listening to this and let us know about any of these hypotheticals, really, if there's one you feel strongly about, especially one with the five senses. Like, tell us what you think.
Do you think you'd know you're alive?
Yeah.
I'm sure you would know that you're alive.
I feel like you'd have to also. So let's see here. What more do we have? Actually, you know what? I think we're going to end it there for right now because the next one is... So I think I said at the beginning of this that these are divided up in categories. So every 11 hypotheticals are different types of hypotheticals. So the next hypothetical questions we can do are hypothetical questions to ask a girl. But we can do that on a later podcast.
Do you have to ask them to a girl? Or is it things you would ask a girl?
It specifically says use hypothetical questions to ask a girl something she hasn't been asked a million times. These questions will help her to really open up and tell you about herself. But we'll venture down those in another
I'm interested.
podcast.
All right, cool.
All right.
Sounds good, dude. Well, I'll see you the next time then.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to our second hypothetical Hardly Millennial podcast. We do have a lot of fun with these. We'll probably get off the hypotheticals tomorrow and get on something else for now. Keep them wanting more, Of
course.
But
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did too. But let us know, guys, if you guys did like these past couple episodes of the hypotheticals as much as we enjoyed talking about them. Leave comments. Let us know if you liked them or not, and we'll give you more because, like I said, I think that there's 84 of these to go through.
And we've done 20.
We've done 20. All right, guys. Well, remember you can find us on all the social media platforms. We do still have our GoFundMe going. www.gofundme.com/HardlyMillennial. Thank you so much for listening. And Matthew, any final words?
I actually do have a final thing today. If you guys stuck around for this whole podcast, from the past, we like to leave you little tidbits.
Yeah.
If you stick around for the whole thing. So,
what tidbit are we leaving them today, Matthew?
Well, it's in the works still. It's not totally completed yet, but we are actually working. Adam is working very hard these last few days to get our podcast up on a couple new platforms for you guys. Specifically, we're working on iTunes, Google Play, and this nice little gem we found called Podbean.
Podbean, yeah.
Podbean is super cool, guys. If you're one of those people who's real anxious and is jumping up and looking us up right away, you'll find us. You'll find a couple of our episodes on a few of those platforms.
Yeah, just know we won't have any of the newest episodes up.
Not yet. We're working on it.
It'll be maybe about another week or so.
Give us another week. But just to let you know, you guys have been really supportive, and that support is helping Adam and I to grow. So we're bringing it to you on more platforms, guys. We're excited.
More platforms, podcast a day, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Have a lovely day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.